My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of House of Gucci. And this is a movie that I was not really looking forward to. I'm not the biggest fan of biopics movies, but I'm always welcome to being surprised. But that was not the case here. Let's talk about the cast. Adam Driver is one of the best working actors in Hollywood today. One great thing I love about him is that he just has this unique quality. He doesn't look or sound like the typical Hollywood leading man. So whenever he appears in a movie, there's just something about his presence that just makes it feel more fresh. And I do think he's good in this movie. That said though, I don't think it's one of his best performances. That's not on him though, it's just based on the fact that he's not given much to do. Lady Gaga, I haven't seen American Horror Story, but I have seen A Star is Born, and she really impressed me in that movie, and that continues into this movie. I think she's really good here. There's some moments where she really impressed me, so yeah, she continues to be a really good actress with lots of potential. Then we've got Al Pacino and Jeremy Irons, and they're in this movie, and that's as much as I can say about their performances. They don't elevate it in any way. But then we've got the controversial actor in this movie. And who else would that be but Jared Leto? Some people love him, some people hate him. Where do I land on his performance in this movie? I love it. I think he's easily the best part of this entire movie. Yes, he's goofy and over the top, but he does ground his performance. And I just thought what he brought to this movie was exactly what it needed. Like, whenever he was on screen is when the movie comes to life. I've heard complaints that Jared Leto is in a different movie than everyone else, and I don't think that should be a diss against Jared Leto. It should be a diss against everyone else, because Jared Leto knew this movie should have been more over the top, more campy, and I wish we got the movie that Jared Leto thought he was in, because I would have much enjoyed that movie. The first act of this movie is the best section of it because that's when it embraces the campy elements. It sets up the characters and their relationship really well. But when it steals away from that and starts focusing more on the biopic elements, focusing on the rise of Gucci, the company, that's when the movie lost me. That's right. The movie about Gucci lost me when it became about Gucci. But I mean it. It starts off as this movie that's campy, set up the characters well, and then it just becomes a standard biopic filled with plot points and character beats that we've seen time and time again. And this movie does nothing with it that really allows it to stand out. Like, if you're going to be a biopic, have something about your biopic that's going to make it stand out. Because this is a type of film that we keep coming back to. Like, if you watch a musical biopic, they're all the exact same movie. Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man, all the other ones, they all feel the same. I just don't think we need a biopic of absolutely everyone and everything that's ever been created. Like, at an eventual point, someone should just be like, yeah, maybe we don't need a biopic on this company. And I don't think we needed a biopic on Gucci. Like, the only biopic that I actively want is a biopic of Fleetwood Mac when they were making their Rumors album. That, to me, would be a really great movie. This biopic about Gucci, there's just nothing new here. And it's way too overlong. I have a rule that the longer the movie is, the more strict I get on it. Because first I have to ask myself, does the movie justify its runtime? And the answer is no. I think this movie could have easily been an hour and 45 minutes. Easily. And then also, does a movie of this length have a huge impact at the end? And the answer is no. Like, for a movie of this length trying to tell the story that it's trying to tell with this amount of ambition behind it, for it to just leave me feeling empty as the credits started rolling, that's a failure. I spent so much time with these characters in the story, and it didn't leave any sort of impact on me. It's a movie that I watched this morning and I won't be thinking about after I press stop record on the camera. And it really bums me out because the character stuff really worked for me. The way it's set up in the first act was really well done. There's one scene near the end where Lady Gaga is pouring her heart out to Adam Driver, and she's great in that moment. But after the first act of this movie, the characters get lost in just the plot and all the Gucci stuff, and after a while you just don't care for them anymore. The hair, makeup, and costumes are all really good, but this movie just did not work for me. It's way too long, and it's just the most standard, boring biopic that doesn't leave any sort of impact. The performances are good. Jared Leto is clearly the standout, and I wish the movie embraced what he was going for more. If this movie was that goofy, over-the-top camp fest, I would have enjoyed it more. If it was some sort of satire, I would have enjoyed it more. But it played it safe. It's a very standard biopic, and because of that, it's going to be forgotten. So I'm going to go ahead and give House of Gucci a 3.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen House of Gucci? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.